So today we will see a new chapter which is dual nature of matter and radiation. In optics, what we have learned is which is basically ray optics and wave optics. Optics means this proposes the theory of light, how light behaves, right? So to study the behavior of light, we have two branches. One is ray and other one is wave. So, what is the nature of light? As I told you earlier, nature is basically nothing but matter and energy. And matter is made up of matter is made up of like solid, liquid, and gas for this time, and solid, liquid, gas is made up of atoms, and atoms are itself made up of some protons and neutrons and the electrons which are revolving around it. So they are made up of basically proton, neutron and electrons. So these are the basic particles that made our matter, and the energy basically we see in form of light. और भी है बहुत सारे, ठीक है, हीट है, लाइट है, ठीक है, मैकेनिकल एनर्जी है, बट फॉर द टाइम हम इसे लाइट मान लेते हैं, ठीक है. तो एनर्जी जो है इन फॉर्म ऑफ लाइट वी यूज्ड टू सी. तो होता क्या देखो, तो लाइट का बिहेवियर कैसा है ना. तो बेसिकली ये जो हीट है, हीट भी रेडिएशन के फॉर्म में निकलती है, ठीक है. सो बेसिकली हम कह सकते हैं कि एनर्जी इज नथिंग बट काइंड ऑफ रेडिएशन लाइक हीट, लाइट, ठीक है. रेडिएशन क्या होता है, ठीक है, जो रेडिएट करता है, एंड इसका नेचर क्या है, हम मानते हैं कि ये वेव नेचर का है. और पार्टिकल क्या है हमारे पास, प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, ये क्या है, दीज आर पार्टिकल्स. पार्टिकल बिहेवियर कैसे होता है कि मतलब ये दो ऑब्जेक्ट है, ये आपस में कोलाइड कर रहे हैं, इसका कुछ मोमेंटम है, इसका कुछ मोमेंटम है, ये आपस में कोलाइड कर रहे हैं, तो ये मोमेंटम इंपार्ट कर रहा है इस पे, ये इस पे मोमेंटम इंपार्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है. तो ये पार्टिकल की तरह हमें देख रहे हैं. लेकिन वेव हम समझते हैं कि वेव इज समथिंग लाइक दिस, अगर इजीली देखा जाए. फिर इसके हम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक पढ़ते हैं कि क्या है, क्यों है, कैसे है, ठीक है. सो हमें क्या नजर आता है कि लाइट जो है इज बिहेविंग लाइक अ वेव. लाइट जो है, दिस लाइट बिहेव्स लाइक अ वेव. और वो हम ऑप्टिक्स में देखेंगे, थ्योरी ऑफ लाइट जब देखेंगे तो हम पढ़ेंगे कि लाइट जो है वो वेव की तरह बिहेव करती है, बिहेव्स लाइक अ वेव. वो स्पेस में एक डिस्टर्बेंस की तरह प्रोपिगेट करती है, ठीक है. सो ठीक है, हमें समझ में आया कि लाइट तो वेव की तरह बिहेव करती है. वेव कैसे है, जैसे एक पॉन्ड में एक स्टिल पॉन्ड है, एंड वी ड्रॉप अ स्टोन at the center of that pond and it creates ripple, and that ripple represents like this ripples are like waves. तो हम भी मानते हैं कि जो लाइट है that propagates similarly in same way the ripples in the produced in the pond. Now अभी हमें ये तो समझ में आ गया कि लाइट का वेव नेचर होता है, ठीक है. तो हमें पर पार्टिकल्स क्या है हमारे पास, प्रोटॉन, न्यूट्रॉन, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. पार्टिकल्स कैसे मूव करते हैं, जैसे ये वॉल पे हिट कर रहा है, ठीक है, तो कुछ इसमें मोमेंटम इंपार्ट कर रहा है, तो पार्टिकल नेचर है, टकरा रहा है, फिर वापस आ रहा है या गिर रहा है, ठीक है. तो दिस इज लाइक पार्टिकल नेचर. अगर वेव होगी, वेव क्या होगी, तो या तो टकरा के वापस दूर चली जाएगी, या इस पे एब्जॉर्ब हो जाएगी, या इसको ट्रांसमिशन हो जाएगा उसका, ठीक है. तो वेव ऐसे बिहेव करेगी. वही पार्टिकल जो होंगे, पार्टिकल इससे कुछ ना कुछ कोलाइड करेंगे, कुछ ना कुछ इंटरेक्शन करेंगे, तो इट मीन्स लड़ेंगे, दे विल फाइट विद ईच अदर, ठीक है. और वेव क्या करेगी, अपना रास्ता बनाते हुए चलती रहेगी, और नहीं मिला तो बाउंस बैक होगी, रिफ्लेक्ट होगी, रिफ्रैक्ट होगी, ठीक है. तो दिस इज सम काइंड ऑफ पार्टिकल बिहेवियर इज रिप्रेजेंटेड लाइक दिस. कोई पार्टिकल है किसी चीज पे हिट कर रहा है, ठीक है, और फिर ऐसे रिफ्लेक्ट हो गया, ये गिर गया, ठीक है. और वेव बिहेवियर, हमने वेव को ऐसे रिप्रेजेंट किया, ठीक है. इसको हम इसकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक बताते हैं कि इसका कुछ मोमेंट, इसका कुछ फ्रीक्वेंसी होगा, इसका कुछ वेवलेंथ होगा, ठीक है. तो हम कहते हैं कि हेंस सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट इसके वेव नेचर को जो डिटरमाइन करता है, वेव ऑप्टिक्स में विल स्टडी दैट देयर आर फेनोमेना व्हिच आर न्यू टू यू, है ना. क्लास 11 में कुछ न्यू फेनोमेना आता है. फर्स्ट इज इंटरफेरेंस, सेकंड इज डिफ्रैक्शन, So these are the phenomena that says that light is of wave nature. असल में वेव नेचर होता क्या है, उसके लिए जो सबसे बेसिक हमारे जो इसके कैंडिडेट्स खड़े होते हैं कि यस लाइट इज बिहेवियर ऑफ लाइट में जो एनर्जी है ना, जो लाइट एनर्जी है, लाइट एनर्जी का जो बिहेवियर है हमारे पास दैट इज ऑफ वेव नेचर। तो ये बताता है इंटरफेरेंस एंड डिफ्रैक्शन, इसमें आती है हाइजेंस थ्योरी भी आती है, ठीक है। सो दिस टेल्स अस दैट लाइट इज ऑफ वेव नेचर, बट व्हाट इज द एक्चुअल नेचर ऑफ लाइट? क्या वो वेव ही है ऐसा मान लिया जाए? तो ऐसा मान लिया, लेकिन हम एक दूसरी जगह पे आने लगे, क्योंकि चैप्टर स्टार्टिंग से पढ़ने पे हमें पता चल जाता है कि लाइट का जो नेचर है डुअल बता रहा है, मैटर का भी रेडिएशन का भी। तो मैटर का भी डुअल नेचर मींस पार्टिकल और वेव। क्या रेडिएशन का भी डुअल नेचर है, पार्टिकल और वेव? तो यही हम इस चैप्टर में देखने वाले हैं, ठीक है। तो दीज आर द कैंडिडेट्स फॉर वेव नेचर। नाउ वी विल सी व्हाट इज द कैंडिडेट फॉर which like these phenomena are the candidates for wave nature of light. Now we will see what makes it a particle in nature. So in optics we will see light is of wave nature. So we will see there are few candidates that there are few pillars that say light is of wave nature. वो बोलते हैं कि नहीं, लाइट तो वेव ही नेचर की है, वो ऐसे मूव करती है, ऐसे मूव करती है, तो हम बता रहे हैं कि वेव है। बट नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स होता क्या है कि पहले हम एक बार थोड़ा सा उससे पहले हम एटम को समझ लेते हैं। सो एटम इज कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ न्यूक्लियस एट द सेंटर एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन इज रिवॉल्विंग अराउंड इट। नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, से दिस इज सम न्यूक्लियस एंड दिस इज सम पॉजिटिव चार्ज न्यूक्लियस एंड दिस इलेक्ट्रॉन, से अंदर कुछ भी हो इसके, ठीक है। तो देयर आर अदर शेल्स आल्सो, से दिस इज लिथियम। सो होता क्या है, दिस इज द आउटर मोस्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन इन atom. Yeah, so this is known as free electron because at surface, like this is some metal, the metal surface. So in metal surface what will happen is the outermost single electron or two electron or three electrons in some case, in these metals the two outermost electrons are very loosely bounded as we know, okay. So if they are loosely bounded at the surface, so they will move freely inside an atom, but they are not free to they are not free to leave the surface. तो ये अपनी surface को leave नहीं कर सकता। Why? Because if this अभी तो ये atom क्या है, मान लो अगर हम सोडियम का एग्जांपल लें तो क्या होता है, सोडियम is 11 2 8 1, it means there are 11 like electrons है, ठीक है। तो -11e, तो इतना ही 11e का जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज है वो क्या है, सेंटर में भी है, दैट इज बैलेंसिंग इट। तो आउटरमोस्ट जो इलेक्ट्रॉन होगा वो जैसे ही इस एटम को छोड़ने की सोचेगा, देयर विल बी एक्स्ट्रा पॉजिटिव चार्ज दैट विल डेवलप ओवर दिस एटम एंड दिस पॉजिटिव चार्ज ऑन दिस एटम विल अट्रैक्ट अगेन दिस। तो ऑलवेज ये फ्री इलेक्ट्रॉन तो है, दिस इज आउटरमोस्ट इलेक्ट्रॉन, but this is not able to leave this atom because there is some force, there is some energy with which it is bounded, and that energy with which it is bounded is known as work function. Is the energy with which the free electron is bounded to the atom, ठीक है। This is known as work function, this is kind of energy, this is some kind of energy. Now electrons are bounded to the atom and a certain energy is given to that electron. If certain energy is given to that electron, this will come out of the this electron will come out of the attractive force of this nucleus. So होगा क्या, if we provide extra amount of energy to it, it will leave this, it will leave, and this electron will outermost free electron is bounded to the atom or to the nucleus with some energy, and if we supply some energy, that energy from outside, this electron will lose the atom, means it will leave the atom and it will come outside of an atom. So that minimum energy that must be supplied to just eject out the electron at the surface is known as work function. So now what are the methods by which we can eject these electrons? Okay, first is by heating. तो सबसे पहले हमारे दिमाग में आता है बाय हीटिंग, विच इज नोन एज थर्मोआयनिक एमिशन. ठीक है, थर्मोआयनिक एमिशन. सो देयर आर थ्री काइंड्स ऑफ electron emission. First is thermionic emission. This is basically the heating of an atom produces some kinds of electrons. So this releases. So there is some metal plate and this is heat. This is being heated out. Heat is provided. Okay. So the outermost electrons get the energy equals to work function and they come out of the surface. Okay. They are ejected. Second is a field emission. Field emission is like providing very high electric field can also emit electrons from the metal plate. Like हम जैसे we have studied the discharge tube experiment. उसमें क्या होता था, एक ग्लास रहता था, ठीक है, and that was an evacuated chamber, है ना. इसमें हम एयर बहुत कम कर दी by using some vacuum, है ना. वैक्यूम पंप हमने यूज करके by using vacuum pump we have reduced the pressure of the air and there are very few air molecules. So you'll say at very low pressure and at very high temperature, you know, the very high temperature and very low pressure, very high voltage, you know, the voltage applied is very high, you know. So the voltage is nothing but this. So the voltage applied is very high and this metal plate which is kept inside this chamber, this is glass chamber, you know, discharge tube experiment. So these eject out electrons. So these eject out electrons. So on applying very high electric field, the metallic plate gives out electrons. And the third is some kind of different method. It says that if we provide a certain frequency of light, if we provide some light over this metal, this also causes to eject electrons. Means to overcome the force, overcome the work function, we must supply an energy, and that energy could be supplied in three forms: thermionic, field, and by applying a certain amount of frequency on it. So what we are interested in knowing is this third part, which says that when a certain energy or certain frequency of light is incident on the metal plate, it ejects electron. This effect is known as photoelectric effect. It means ejection of electrons by using light of suitable frequency. Now why we are using this word suitable frequency, we will see a little bit later. But ejecting of electrons by using light, what do it means? It means that light is now not a wave. If it was a wave, so how could it interact with electrons? Electrons are particles, you know, and these are ejecting out. Say this is light and this is electron, which is loosely bound, and now light is coming and this is ejecting out. It means light is of particle nature, which is colliding or some way interacting with this photon, this electron, and this is displacing the electrons. It is giving out energy, we all know, but there is some particle nature of this light also that is happening, and this is giving out what? This is giving out electrons. So this is the basic, and now we will move forward for the how it was discovered. So how it happened, इसमें हमें नहीं जाना, but ये कैसे हुआ इसके लिए हमें जानना है. Hertz saw this kind of thing for the first time, and he was performing this discharge tube kind of experiment, and what he saw that there was no kind of this external yes. So there was very high voltage that was being provided, very low pressure. You know, this air becomes like a conductor, and very high voltages, you know, and very low pressure. Means there are very few amount of molecules that are present here. So what he saw was this was a discharge tube experiment, and it says that when very high voltage is very high, you know, and pressure is very low. Pressure here is very low. So what happens was there was a spark between inside the chamber, inside the glass chamber, there was a glowing spark. है ना, sometimes. So what he did was he incidented ultraviolet radiation. We better know that ultraviolet radiation is a part of radiation is a part of EM spectrum. So ultraviolet radiation he incidented on one plate and saw that the spark gets more intense. Means earlier when this was not here, it was sparking, there was some kind of spark, that was electric discharge, but when UV light was incidented on some metal plate, what he observed was the spark got intensified. And what is the meaning of that intensification? You don't know. Later there was a Lenard experiment also. What Lenard did was he also takes some kind of glass chamber and so. These are metal plates, right? So what he did was he put a galvanometer there to show that there is a current. No? So there is no source of light over here, and this is kind of chamber which is filled with evacuated chamber, which is we can say nearly it is kind of vacuum, and all the air molecules are being removed, and now he incidented ultraviolet radiation. What he see was the current starts flowing through the circuit, and this galvanometer says there is a kind of deflection. Now he was puzzled. Now he used infrared radiation. We know that the frequency of ultraviolet is high and infrared is low. And what was the effect of incidenting the infrared? Its frequency is low. Now when ultraviolet rays was incident on this metal plate, what was happened? The electrons were emitted and current starts flowing and galvanometer shows deflection. Now if IR radiation, which is low frequency radiation, was if that was incident, there was no current and there was no deflection. And that is the reason why I have said, so Lenard, this is the Hertz discovered that the spark got intensified at the UV radiation. And what Hertz said, this Lenard said, yes, the incident radiation on a metal surface is giving out current. First observation, it is giving out some kind of current. Current was flowing in the circuit. Second, there was a certain minimum kind of frequency that is being required. That's why I have used the word suitable earlier. I have said a suitable frequency. Not all frequencies give photoelectric effect. So he observed that the photoelectric emission was giving out current, and for only for those at certain suitable frequencies, and for lower frequencies, for certain lower frequencies, it does not depend. So what was the logic behind this? And Einstein comes with the answer, and he deserved the Nobel Prize for this. Okay, so Einstein came with the answer that why this is happening. What is the reason behind this? Why we need only suitable certain frequency? And not all frequencies are giving out photoelectric emission. तो आइंस्टाइन ने इस चीज़ को सॉल्व किया and he got the Nobel Prize for this also. So इसे हम एक बार देखेंगे. So what Einstein did? Einstein used the Planck's quantum theory. Quantum theory says light is consist of a quanta that are known as photon. ये आपको पहले भी बताया गया. Light, he says, light is consist of a quantum which is known as photon, and the energy is directly proportional to the frequency. Means more is the frequency, more is the energy. And there was a proportionality constant which says that E is equals to h nu. So it was simply the Planck's quantum theory. ये हमें पता उसको आइंस्टाइन को पहले से पता था कि प्लैंक्स की क्वांटम थ्योरी ये है, और उसे पता था कि हर्ट्ज ने ऐसा ऑब्जर्व किया और लेनार्ड ने ऐसा ऑब्जर्व किया ऐसे. ठीक है. थर्मोनिक एमिशन हमें कितने प्रकार के टाइप्स के होते हैं वो देख लिए. ठीक है. और उसके बाद हर्ट्ज और लेनार्ड का एक्सपेरिमेंट हमने देख लिया. नाउ वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ दिस फोटोइलेक्ट्रिक इफेक्ट. Now उससे पहले मैं बता दूं कि what is photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect is the ejection of electrons from metal surface when a suitable frequency of light incident on it. Okay, below which the photoelectric emission is not possible. The electron which are ejected, है ना, क्योंकि इससे इलेक्ट्रॉन तो इजेक्ट हो रहा है ना, तो this electron is known as photoelectron and the current, क्योंकि इसकी वजह से करंट आई, लेनार्ड ने ऑब्जर्व किया, the current due to which is known as photoelectric current. Now we will move towards the explanation of, now these are particles, this is light, and now light is like particles, it is like packet, है ना, and the packets are photons, and these photons are coming, this is 1 by 1 thousand sunlights of photons are coming, and this is electron is revolving. So one photon is what this one photon is doing, is coming in this way, and this is just hitting this electron, and the electron get emitted from the atom, and another this photon is coming, it is this is like, this is electron, this is electron in an atom. So what this photon are doing, photon is coming and it is hitting, photon is coming, it is hitting and ejecting out electron. Okay, so what Planck said, the energy is directly proportional to the frequency of radiation, you know. So if there is more frequency, it means the energy associated with the radiation or with the light or radiation is high, you know. It means the frequency for red is low, you know, so energy associated with that is also low, and for violet it is high, so energy associated with this is also high, you know. And for say ultraviolet, these are more higher frequencies than visible light, so the energy of this is automatically high. And in infrared, for infrared it is low, you know. If we compare these both, and if we compare light spectrum and this, so the energy for infrared is low, you know, compared to ultraviolet, you know. So this was the means basic frame that was provided by the Planck in his quantum theory, that light is made up of particles and the energy of this particle is dependent upon the frequency, yeah? So he said this. Now what Einstein said was, first, whatever what Einstein thought, you know, Einstein thought simply that the nucleus is positive charge, you know, and negative charge is leaving that nucleus. Now nucleus will attract, you know, and there is certain energy which earlier I have said is work function with which they are binded. They are okay. So Einstein said if energy E is incidenting, you know, if suppose ultraviolet light, you know, has some frequency is incidenting on this atom or a metal plate, this is displacing the electron. This is displacing the electron. If the energy of this incident radiation is E, which is basically nothing but h nu, this is frequency, you know, so the energy which it spent on this electron, you know, will provide the work function and it will come out. Means he said the energy which is being incidented, which is incident on this electron, you know, will spent in two ways. First is overcoming the force of attraction, means giving it work function, which is work function phi. Say this is energy. So the energy we are giving is spent in two ways. First, in providing work function, and second, अब क्या होगा, जो रेस्ट ऑफ एनर्जी इस फोटोन की इसके ऊपर गई है वो इसको आगे को मूव करने की, यानी काइनेटिक एनर्जी प्रोवाइड करने के काम आएगी. ठीक. So what he said was, he said the energy which we are giving is spent in two ways. We are giving, and first it will overcome the work function, and this is the minimum frequency, that suitable frequency below which the photoelectric emission is not possible. Suppose for the time being we will say, let us suppose that this is the energy with which it holds this electron is 3 joules. Okay, 3 मान लेते हैं फिलहाल के लिए, है ना. So he said the energy that you are giving this electron for photoelectric emission in form of ultraviolet light or कोई भी light, that is spent in two ways. First, इसका attraction से इसको छोड़ निकालेगा, means this will provide 3 joules, and second, it will provide the rest of the energy will be giving kinetic energy V means the maximum velocity. The rest of the energy will provide kinetic energy to the electron for motion. So if incident radiation have 5 joules energy, 3 joules energy will be spent on work function and 2 joules energy will provide the motion kinetic energy. So he says that if E is equals to h nu, it will spend in two ways. First, to provide work function, and second, it will provide kinetic energy. The energy which we are giving is E, which is 5, which is h nu, and it is providing the work function phi naught, and plus kinetic energy. It is giving out kinetic energy. Now h nu equals to, this work function will also contain h nu naught, because by Planck's theory it is energy is h nu naught, can be written always, can be written as h nu naught. So this is the minimum frequency that is being needed to eject out electron. So plus kinetic energy means half mv square max. So this is the maximum kinetic energy. So if we'll shift this towards the LHS, my nu minus nu naught equals to half mv square max. So this is Einstein photoelectric equation. Okay. So whatever energy we are giving is spent in two ways, in providing in overcoming the work function and providing kinetic energy to the electron of this electron. Now this work function have a minimum frequency which is mu naught, which is known as threshold frequency. This is the minimum energy which is required to eject electron, and this is the minimum frequency required to eject electron, below which the emission is not possible. That's why, because of this, the energy is higher because the frequency is higher, and its energy is low because frequency is low. Frequency of infrared is low. That's why it could not provide with the if there is some 3 joules energy, it will just eject electrons. Now say this is infrared. Infrared is say 2 joules. So it is not able to overcome this work function only. That's why photoelectric emission was not happening. And this was the explanation given by Einstein. And for this he was awarded with the Nobel Prize in Physics.